Kanto power plant. Once a colossus of energy that fueled the entire region, it is now a silent tomb of rust and decaying concrete. Humans abandoned this facility decades ago, fleeing a meltdown that never happened, leaving behind a labyrinth of steel and wire. But nature abhors a vacuum. In the absence of man, a new artificial ecosystem has taken hold. Here, biology meets technology. Creatures have not only adapted to this toxic landscape, they have evolved to feed on the very decay we left behind. On the facility floor, life begins with the opportunists, the Ratata. These hardy scavengers dominate the lower levels. In a normal forest, they would gnaw on roots and nuts. But here, their constantly growing incisors force them to chew through insulated wiring and rubber cables. They are the janitors of this wasteland, breaking down the complex machinery one bite at a time. But their frantic activity generates noise, and noise attracts attention. High above the scurrying rats, a pair of eyes watches from the catwalks. Enter the Meowth. More intelligent and agile than the Ratata, this feline hunter treats the power plant as a vertical playground. But they are not here solely for food. The Meowth has a vice: greed. They are obsessed with shiny objects: copper, aluminum, loose bolts. They hoard these industrial treasures in secret dens. In this ecosystem, the Meowth is both a predator and a thief. As we ascend toward the blocked ventilation shafts, the air becomes thick and metallic. It is unbreathable for most organic life, but it is paradise for the Kofing. These levitating organisms are essentially living biological mines. They drift silently through the corridors, filter feeding on the poisonous gases leaking from old pipes. What is toxic to us is nutrition to them. When agitated, they can expel this pressurized gas in an instant, a defense mechanism that ensures they have no natural predators in the sky. Below the main floor, the environment takes a darker turn. We descend into the cooling tunnels. Here, the water is stagnant, a chemical soup left to rot for 20 years. This is the domain of the Grimer, a colony of living sludge. These creatures don't just survive in the pollution, they are composed of it. They move slowly, clogging the drainage systems, turning the facility's water supply into a weapon. But in the deepest reservoirs, where the toxicity is most concentrated, something larger stirs: the muck. If Grimer are the soldiers of the sludge, muck is the commander. Massive, amorphous, and overwhelmingly toxic, they rarely move, acting as living blockades in the main arteries of the plant. Their mere presence kills the surrounding moss and fungus, creating a dead zone that even the rats avoid. In the power plant, even the water bites back. Deep in the generator rooms, we find the strangest adaptation of all: life that mimics the machine, the Magnemite. Inorganic anomalies drawn to residual electromagnetic fields. They do not eat flesh or plants. They feed on the dying sparks of the grid. However, they are not solitary creatures. When the magnetic interference spikes, we witness a rare phenomenon: the fusion of the hive. 3 units synchronize their frequencies to form a Magneton. This collective intelligence generates a radio jamming signal so powerful it disrupts camera equipment and navigational compasses, blinding any intruder who relies on technology to navigate the dark. And they are not alone. Amidst the scrap metal, danger hides in plain sight. The Voltorb, a creature that has evolved perfect camouflage. To a scavenger, it looks like a discarded tool or a container. But one wrong touch, and the volatile energy inside is released. It is a trap that resets itself. Night falls outside. Inside the plant, the temperature plummets. In the absolute darkness, chemical reactions create ghost lights. This is ghastly. Not a spirit, but a gaseous entity held together by a gravitational core. They drift through solid matter, walls, fences, steel doors, as if they weren't there. They hunt for heat signatures, wrapping their gaseous bodies around shivering prey to siphon their warmth. Drawn to the massive residual charge of the central turbine, we find the power plant's apex predator, the Electabuzz. Muscular, aggressive, and capable of discharging 20,000 volts from its body, it claims the highest energy source as its territory. Other Pokémon flee at the sound of its static discharge. It is a true monster of the electric age, a living storm walking on two legs. As the storm clouds gather outside, the atmosphere inside changes. The air pressure drops. Static electricity makes the hair on your arms stand up. Local legends speak of a winged deity, a thunderbird that nests in the highest towers of this facility, summoning the lightning. Electabuzz may rule the facility floor as the apex predator, but it is merely a servant to the true master of this domain. When the greatest storms rage outside, the myth descends. The Titan of Lightning, Zapdos. It is rarely seen, a creature that lives in the thunderclouds themselves. It visits the plant only to roost on the highest conductor towers, using the entire facility as its personal charging station. When it spreads its wings, the air becomes superheated plasma. It doesn't just use electricity, it is a living storm. The Kanto power plant is not dead. It has simply changed masters. From the sludge of the tunnels to the sparks of the turbine, life here is dangerous, resilient, and shockingly beautiful. The world of Pokémon is vast and largely unexplored. To ensure you never miss a rare sighting, subscribe to the expedition today.